Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let's study together, and today we're going to be talking about crop physiology, and our subheading is osmosis. So please, if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and also to turn on the notification bell in order to receive more and other videos related to crop physiology and soil science. So let's quickly move on to osmosis. Define the term osmosis. What is osmosis? State and explain the importance of osmosis in plants. That's what we are going to be talking about today. So without wasting much of our time, let's move on to osmosis. The diffusion of solvent molecules into the solution through a semi-permeable membrane is called osmosis. I will repeat, the diffusion of solvent molecules into the solution through a semi-permeable membrane is called osmosis, and it is sometimes called the osmotic diffusion. In case there are two solutions of different concentration separated by the semi-permeable membrane, the diffusion of solvent will take place from the less concentrated suitable into the more concentrated solution till both the solutions attain equal concentration. So I said the diffusion of solvent molecules into the solution through a semi-permeable membrane is called osmosis. So let's quickly move on. The next subheading saying what happens in osmosis. Osmosis is the diffusion of water across selectively permeable membranes. This diagram, it simply shows the process of osmosis, whereby we have water molecules, urea molecules, and a semi-permeable membrane, and the water molecules are moving to urea molecules through a semi-permeable membrane. When we talk about osmosis, we bring attention to what we call osmotic pressure. As a result of the separation of solution from its solvent, the two solutions by the semi-permeable membrane, a pressure is developed in solution to the pressure by dissolved solutes, and this is known as osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure is abbreviated as OP. OP is measured in terms of atmospheres and is directly proportional to the concentration of dissolved solutes in the solution. More concentration solution is higher osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure of solution is always higher than its pure solvent. An experiment can be conducted whereby we will be using potato. We can also do an experiment whereby we will be using eggshells, and this is another experiment. If you can take a close look on this experiment, it will be better. Let's quickly move on. During osmosis, the movement of solvent molecules taken from place during osmosis, the movement of solvent molecules taken place from the solution whose osmotic pressure is lower. So when the osmotic pressure is lower, we call it hypotonic. Less concentration is hypotonic into the solution whose osmotic pressure is higher. If the osmotic pressure is higher, we call it hypertonic. Hypotonic when it is low, and when it's higher, it's hypertonic. Osmotic diffusion of solvent molecules will not take place if the two solutions separated by the same membrane are of equal concentration, have equal osmotic pressure. So when these two concentrations they are of equal equal concentration, meaning the diffusion cannot take place, and this is known as isotonic pressure. This is termed as isotonic. In plant cells, plasma membrane and tonoplast act as selectively permeable or differentially permeable membrane. This diagram simply represents or shows osmosis, the process of osmosis whereby we have water and the permeable membrane and also the solutes. So we will quickly move on to the importance of osmosis in plants, the significance of osmosis in plants. Why do plants need osmosis? Why is osmosis important in plants? Number one, large quantities of water are absorbed by roots from the soil by osmosis, meaning osmosis can be used to absorb water and also other minerals from the soil to the roots, from the soil through the roots in the plant. Number two, cell-to-cell movement of water and other substances dissolves involve osmosis. Opening and closing of stomata depend upon the temperature pressure of gut cells. Due to osmosis, the turgidity of the cells and hence the shape or form of the organs is maintained. The resistance of plants to drought and frost increases with increase in osmotic pressure to later cells. In order for plants to resist frost, to resist drought, they need osmotic pressure. Turgidity of the cells of the young seedlings allows them to come out of the soil. So this is the end of osmosis in plants, and we talked about hypotonic, we talked about hypertonic, we talked about isotonic. In summary, hypotonic are those solutions whose osmotic pressure is low, and hypotonic those solutions whose osmotic pressure is high. And isotonic, diffusion of solvent molecules will not take place, meaning those solutions will be having equal and same concentrations. Thank you for being here with me. If you are new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe and also to like, share and comment. Thank you so much for watching.